Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation and we are an emerging nation. We've been around for about 4.25 years, putting in solid foundations. We're now expanding our economy to improve the liquidity and the value of our currency, and that will benefit all our citizens, and anybody can become a citizen. There's no fee, there's no obligation. You just come along, register, prove you're a real person, and that's all there is to it. All our citizens receive handouts of our currency every month, and so that's why, as we are improving the liquidity and value of the currency, it benefits all our members. So if you're not a member, why not? Okay, just come along with a positive mental attitude and you'll be well accepted, and you will be treated as equal, because we don't pigeonhole people based on where they come from, what they look like, what gender they are, or anything else. We're a non-separatist organisation. We just group everybody together as part of one big family of humanity. We recognise that everybody is unique. All human beings are unique. And so everybody has something unique to offer our community, therefore is of equal value to our community. And we have a little affirmation that helps us with that non-separatist ideology, and we'll cover that in a moment. Before the affirmation, we'll have a little prayer to help us find true happiness in life, and that is what everybody seeks. It's not short-term pleasure that you get from clearing your debts or marrying your sweetheart, going on holiday, whatever it may be. It's that bliss that is with you always and can't be destroyed. And you can't buy that. The people that have been successful in accumulating large amounts of income, but they're not happy. So I don't class that as being successful. I think true success should be measured by happiness. And as I say, you can't buy it. The only way you can get that true, lasting bliss is through loving service to others. And the great thing about being of loving service to others is that it attracts into your life everything else that you want and need. So it's something that stops you stressing out about how you're going to pay your bills or how you're going to make time to do this or that or whatever else. It'll all just start working for you. The more you concentrate on being of loving service to as many people as you can, then the more you'll find that joy within and everything else without. So welcome to you. We'll get started in a moment with that prayer and the affirmation, but welcome to people that are watching the replay, and especially to everybody and those that are watching live now. And the great thing about being here live is you can ask any questions and we'll answer them for you. You won't always get the answer you want, but it will always be a truthful answer. I see we have Lewis in from Portugal, Peter in from Kettering in England, Colin in from, I think he's in America. We've got Eric in from Quebec in Canada, Richard in from Devon in England, Mary in from the USA, Deborah in also from the USA. Not quite sure where Mary's located, but Deborah's in southern Alabama. We got Buzina in from Edinburgh in Scotland, Derek from West Palm Beach in the USA, Nankiep from Nigeria, and Verna from South Africa. And we will no doubt have lots of people from other locations either joining us on this live or watching the replay. So we've had a lovely day here today, but it's gone cloudy now, so maybe the summer's over after 2 days. Okay, right. Let's get started then with that little prayer, and then we'll have that little affirmation, and then we'll let you have the updates and what's been happening. Mary DeBisi says, Chicago. Okay, Chicago. I was in the States when Chicago won the Super Bowl. When would that be? 86, something like that, probably, I think. I was in Los Angeles, and of course they were bashing it out on the piano everywhere that you went. Chicago, Chicago, you know. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's get started with a little prayer, and then we'll have that affirmation, and then I'll bring you up to date. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, bless each member that they find the joy of service, and through service attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their lives. Amen. Our little affirmation: we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. Okay. I think we had Werner in from South Africa, and we got David in from South Africa as well. Yeah, Mary letting us know that she is from Chicago. Right. I have been talking with Rohit today, who is a developer, but he's got his own company. He doesn't like working for other people, and I can understand that. But we're trying to come to some sort of arrangement with him whereby he can help us on strategic tasks and things to take a little bit of the burden off Devyani, and also cover when Devyani isn't available, like this last 2 days. He has been working on the corrections or the changes for the Share plan. But until Monday, when we get Devyani in as well, there's not a lot we can do beyond what he's done, because we need Devyani to access all the files and upload the things in the right way. If we can reach a good agreement with Rohit, and we're discussing it at the moment, then of course he will be privy to all our internal systems and would be able to be more effective in checking and testing the things that are his speciality, which is basically software programs for compensation plans and things like that. So it would be a big asset if we could get him into the team. Whether we can do that or not, whether we can reach something that suits us both, I don't really know at this moment in time. But I think it's promising. I think he's interested in it, as long as he can maintain his independence, if you like, which I can understand, particularly because, of course, I left the corporate world many, many years ago, over 50 years ago, for the same reason. I just didn't like having a boss, if you like. I didn't like being part of the corporate structure and how it all worked. Anyway, we'll see what we can do with him, but we have been also talking about some of the developments in the Share plan and where we're going there. Now, I was supposed to have a meeting today also with AWS regarding hosting, and for whatever reason I couldn't get on the meeting, and I can't find out how to contact them, because it doesn't really have that information in the email that set up the meeting. And in fact, the reminders, it says don't respond to this email address because it won't be seen. And it's always a bit infuriating, isn't it? But excuse me. But that is the situation. No doubt there is a way to contact them, but I'm not quite sure how. Whether I have to get back to excuse me. Let's see if we can clear this. There's nothing in my nose. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, so I'll try and make contact with them again and see if we can get together. Of course, Deviani's not been here these past 2 days, but we'll be back on Monday. We are not running the updates for the matrix until we get things sorted out properly on the shareholder plan, particularly with reference to the subscriptions and the renewal times and the advice to members and all that sort of thing, because it is so important not to lose your place in the matrix. And until I'm convinced that we will be doing everything that we can to make sure members don't lose their place in the matrix, if they choose not to renew a subscription and they know the disadvantages that and that they will be encountering and everything else, then there's nothing else we can do about that. But we don't want people to feel neglected or whatever else, just not renewing for the sake of $10 and losing a place in the matrix. So I'm sorry, but it is taking a little bit longer than we anticipated, particularly with this situation that cropped up with Deviani, where it was urgent that she took a couple of days off. So that's where we are with ShareHope. The 777 plan still working as it should. We will be modifying some of the things that it does so that we get that spillover advantage for members in the 777 plan. And of course, we are monitoring the balance between the assisted entries given out and created, so that we can make sure that we get a nice balance and nice structure in there. And once we've done that, then we will reintroduce filling assisted entry places if members don't do it. But members seem to be picking up the what's the word? I don't know. A lot of members seem to be adding people in anyway. Let's put it that way, because we are getting increases. I'm not going to talk about the ShareHope numbers or the active member count, because once again, these are things that are going to change drastically anyway. So whatever they are now is irrelevant. And now I do feel like I have something here. Excuse me. Right. So basically, we have an increase of 64 people in the 777 plan to 19,412. An increase of 50 in our registered member base to 45,575. And multiply Visa, no change in the membership base, but for whatever reason, we got an increase of a couple of dollars in the revenue share, just for logging in today, taking the bonus pool there up to $10,475.65. So those are the numbers, and those are what is working. It is the 777 plan is still working as it should. We need to be encouraging people more and more when they get an assisted entry to find somebody that they can benefit with it and share a bit of love, share a bit of abundance, be of loving service to them by putting them into the plan. It doesn't cost anything out of pocket for the sponsor. It doesn't cost anything out of pocket for the person that gets entered into the plan. And the more people grab the opportunity and put somebody in as quickly as possible, the faster everything will work. There will be a big influx when we turn back on the automatic filling of those entries from our database, but that will only last for a limited time. We have a database of whatever I said it was, 45,000 or something. We've got nearly 20,000 in the 777 plan, leaves about 25,000 to put into the plan. And you may think that is a lot, but it isn't, because new people get 2 free entries as a minimum. And when you've got, 70, 80, 100 people a day coming into the plan, 200 entries a day times 30 days is 6,000. And that's 6,000 getting 2 entries. That's another 12,000. You can see it very, very quickly will use up that base that we have of people. And quite honestly, most of those people you don't really want in your business. You're better off putting somebody in that you can work with and that has got a bit more of enthusiasm than the people that are just hanging around, hoping that they'll get a free place and make some money and do nothing about it, or don't even know that the 777 plan is in existence and don't log in or do anything. You want to be putting people in there that are active and can help you build your business. And there are a lot of people that would be very happy to get a free place. It's not free, it's assisted, it's a loan, if you like, and that is paid back, but it's paid back out of their income. Just means they don't make as much money as quickly because they've got to pay the loan back. But other than that, there's no cost out of pocket, and everybody will make a profit from the 777 plan. And the more we move it and the quicker we move it, and especially once we get these changes made and we're happy with it and we start advertising it along with the Share Hope plan, then we're going to see some real growth in the membership base and, of course, in those 2 plans. We've got somebody in from somewhere on Twitch saying hi. I don't know who he is or where he's from, but welcome. Lovely to have anybody here that wants to be here. We've got Ramachandra in from Watford in England, and we've got Ahmad from Abuja in Nigeria. Okay. I gave you the numbers and I've given you the updates, really. I don't know how I missed that AWS thing. I couldn't get into the chat section, probably my incompetence in dealing with technical things, even though it's probably not really very technical. And when I did get in, I think it was too late. I think he'd given up and gone home or whatever. So I will endeavour to get hold of them again and see if we can reschedule and see what we can do there. We're always looking for the best options. And what we've had in the past has always been a really, really good, solid, strong option. But unfortunately, it's not been going as well more recently. And so I think we need to be looking at other options. Okay. I don't have any more news for you folks. I don't see any questions here. Just as a quick recap, we are prioritising getting the Share Hope plan and the 777 plan both working perfectly, or as close to perfect as we can get them. We'll never treat anything as being perfect, because even if it's what we wanted originally, we'll be looking for ways to make it even better. So we will never be satisfied with whatever we have. But once we get those out of the way, the mall is a big project, and that's another reason I'd like to get Rohit involved. I'm not sure that he would want to get involved in the mall particularly, although he may. But if we've got him around so that Deviani can concentrate on the mall and he can pick up any loose ends elsewhere, it would be really helpful. Really, really good developers are very hard to find. Most of them may be competent in what they are used to doing, but to actually think outside the box and do something that you just tell them you want this done, they are really incredibly difficult to find. I've been hiring developers for, I don't know, well over 20 years. And really, I've only been satisfied with two. One of them is Deviani, who's very good. And one was a Russian guy, and he decided to move on to other things. And I had another Russian guy after him. It was quite good, but certainly not in the same class as the first one. And then we've had lots of different people in between. Of course, Christian, who I think is really concentrating on his job with his betting company and his new family, was excellent, but unfortunately has other priorities. So it's when you find somebody, are they available consistently and continuously? And the really good ones, generally speaking, aren't, because they can go anywhere they want and get work. So it is difficult. And like I say, Rohit has his own company, so he's got pretty much everything he wants there. But I like him. He's very honest, very diligent. And if we can get him in some way, it would benefit us. Okay. No more people come in. No questions. You've got everything that I can give you today. It is Friday. Enjoy your weekend. For some of you, it may be Saturday, which the same applies. Enjoy your weekend until tomorrow, when I'll be here again at 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch and Facebook. Get out there and see how many people we can bring in to that power line in the next 24 hours. See how many people we can get into the 777 plan in the next 24 hours. There's a lot of empty boxes for assisted entries that need filling. See if you can encourage a few people to do something about it. Okay. I'll be here tomorrow, as I said. Until then, get out there, go the extra mile, share love and abundance, be of loving service to others. And I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator, always wear a smile. See you later, alligator, go the extra mile. See you later,